Surviving a Toxic Baby Mama, Part 5, the wrap-up, the conclusion. Welcome to another episode of the Monte Carlo Show.
I'd like to welcome y'all to the Monte Carlo Show. Oh my God! Up Entertainment. Oh my God! I'm about to take you on a wild ride. It's the Monte Carlo Show. We got a lot to discuss. We in the manosphere and every topic is up. The hello with shalom. The plan and effect is to level up your home. Be the best version of yourself and measure up your own. We all got dreams. Set a schedule for your role when you're setting up your goals. We hard working. This the channel for the truth. This beyond purpose. Getting paper cutting green like the lawn service. This a black man channel. I know y'all nervous, but we at y'all service. Anything you want to talk about, let's talk about it. The Monte Carlo Show, the truth, we all about it. Perspectives, show some push objectives, and we ain't gonna stop till our message is effective. These days, hating is selective, but the Monte Carlo Show will always be respected. It's the Monte Carlo Show. Come take this ride with us. It's the Monte Carlo Show. If you got drive, you up. It's the Monte Carlo Show. We getting the streets right, on the road to riches, and every light's a green light. It's the Monte Carlo Show. It's the Monte Carlo. It's the Monte Carlo Show. It's the Monte Carlo. It's the Monte Carlo Show. It's the Monte Carlo. It's the Monte Carlo Show. It's the Monte Carlo Show. Another one.
Shalom, shalom, what's happening? What's happening? Hey, listen, this is part 5, the wrap-up, the conclusion of Surviving a Toxic Baby Mama. So, I'm going to need y'all to bear with me on this one because I can't really say how long this one's going to be because I'm trying to wrap up everything. I wasn't expecting for it to go to a 5-part episode of this series, of this particular story of mine, but it did. So, if you guys have been following the other episodes, 1 through 4, you should be up to speed. So let me bring you back to present day time concerning my daughter's mother, JC. Present time. Everything I'm about to express and explain to you guys happened this year, 2024. So, like I said, she ended up getting pregnant by the same guy that she almost lost her life over. The Most High spared her, and now she's back on her BS. And present day, my family and I, we planned a trip to go see my daughter in Florida because I haven't seen my daughter since they decided to take her away from me, even after calling me to come down to Florida to get her. And I haven't seen her since then, and that was about, I want to say about 4 years ago at this point. And so what we did was, my family and I, we planned a trip to go down to Florida for spring break to see my daughter. And we got an Airbnb, you know what I'm saying? We booked an Airbnb in the particular area where, my daughter and her mother live. And of course, like I said before, her mother lives with my daughter's grandmother, along with her 4 kids. So we booked the Airbnb, and mind you, there was maybe about a month or 2 prior to us actually getting down there where I told JC, my daughter's mother, hey, listen, we're coming down there. We're going to book an Airbnb at this location. It seems like it's really not far from where you guys are actually staying. It's a nice area. Like I said, they live in a nice neighborhood. This particular part of Florida is nice, not far from Disney World. Um, just it's not far from a lot of things, to where you can go out with your family, have fun, or whatever. So we did that. And I told her, I said, listen, I told JC, I said, we're coming down there at this time. Now, if what you're telling me about this patois potbelly motherfucker that you were talking to, if what you're telling me about you and his relationship ain't true, then okay, whatever. But apparently, this Jamaican, this 54-year-old Jamaican feels different. He feels that y'all are together, but you're telling me that y'all are not together, and you're telling me that you want to be a part of my household. Now, mind you guys, like I told you before, you can say what you want, but I live an Israelite lifestyle. And so, you know, you take it for whatever you want. This is my story, and it is what it is. So she says, listen, I need to get away. I want to get away, and I'm not going to let him ruin my little mini vacation. I need time away. I need to get out this house, away from my mom, away from everything in this house. I'm not going to let, him, my baby daddy, this 54-year-old Jamaican ruin my mini vacation. I'm going to be at the Airbnb with y'all, this, that, and the other. You and I can spend some time. She even went as far as booking the reservation for myself, my wife, and her to go to a place called it was a dessert spot called Better Than Sex, I believe. Yeah, Better Than Sex. And looked up the menu, and it looked amazing. Like, I'd never seen a dessert spot like that, and all the dishes that they had sexual connotations, but they looked amazing. Like, I couldn't wait to go and try this spot. So she booked us reservations. So we're talking a couple months before we get down there, and I'm telling her, I'm like, listen, based on what you're telling me about your boy, your two youngest sons' dad, he's gonna be on some other stuff before we get down there. Because you already told him that we booked the Airbnb, you're gonna be at the Airbnb and everything. I said, listen, those boys need to go with their dad that weekend, because he's gonna be on some other stuff. Now, mind you, she told me before that he said to her, oh, well, would I look like a babysitter? Blase, you know what I'm saying? All this stupid stuff. All right, and like I told y'all before, every time he wants to get his boys, she has to be there as well. I don't know what that's about. Maybe it's some elderly 54-year-old senior citizen shit he got going on. I don't know. All I know is, even when my boys was young, when they were babies, newborns, toddlers, and I wasn't with their mama, and I only got 2 baby mamas, I never needed them to drop off. I never, matter of fact, I got 2 baby mamas, but my daughter's mom is the one that's right now the focus. My son's mom, both of my sons have the same mama. I never had to have her with me when I needed to get my sons. I never had to have her be there. Hey, listen, bring them in the car seat, make sure you got the diaper bag, whatever's not in the diaper bag that they need, I'll go get. Whatever. This guy, he needs her to be there. Anyway, so let's bring this back. So she's like, hey, he's not gonna mess up my little mini vacation. I need time away. And I definitely gonna let him mess up anything. That ain't my man. This is what she telling me. Now, mind you, I said that she wanted to be a part of my family, be a part of my household. So prior to this happening, in the midst of this, I'm telling her, like, listen, okay, cool. I understand that, but you need to talk to my wife about that too, because it's one thing for you and I to have a conversation, but I know women know women. And I need you to speak with her. And I made that happen. They spoke on a few occasions over the phone, leading up to us having that trip down to Florida, to get the Airbnb for us to go see my daughter. So, okay. So, and I tell her, I say, listen, the closer the time that it gets for us to come down there, especially since you told him, your baby daddy, that we're coming down there, he's going to be on some other stuff. And I said, not only the week of, he going to be on some other stuff with you, because I already know y'all schedule. I said the weekend of, that he knows that we're down there, he's really going to be on some extra other stuff, some extra other shit. Especially if you don't answer that phone when he called. If you don't answer that phone when he called and he know that we're down there for the weekend at that Airbnb, he's gonna have high blood pressure. He gonna damn near cause himself to have a stroke. Ain't no telling. And I said, if he don't get in contact with you while you're with us that weekend, from that Thursday to Sunday, by the time he does talk to you, he's gonna be on some extra shit. Lo and behold, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. So we traveled down to Florida. My family, we got our stuff together. We traveled down to Florida, 7.5 hour trip maybe from where we are to there. So we get there, and I tell her, hey, listen, we get down there at this time. She's texting me through WhatsApp because her phone is off. She's texting me or messaging me through WhatsApp, hey, your daughter want to know if y'all on the way, all this other stuff, blase, blase. I'm like, yeah, we're on the road. She's like, yeah, I figured y'all was on the road. Your daughter just wanted to know, where y'all was. So, okay, cool. We're on the way. I'll let you know as soon as we check into the Airbnb. She said, okay. So we get down there. She's not ready. She has none of her stuff packed. JC, my daughter's mom, she has none of her stuff packed. But my daughter and her brother, who's the same age as my son, my firstborn son, they're both 16. They have their stuff ready. My daughter and her brother have their stuff ready. JC doesn't have her stuff ready. She's like, well, I had to tend to the boys, to the little ones, the toddler and the newborn that she just had with this pot-bellied Jamaican motherfucker. So she's like, yeah, I don't got my stuff ready, but I'm gonna pack some more tonight and this, and I'll be ready tomorrow. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, listen, you knew we was coming down here way before we got down here today. And then not only that, it took us 7.5 hours to get down here. Why wasn't you packing your stuff before or during the time that we was en route to come down there? Whatever. So I say, all right, cool. I'm gonna just get my daughter. You could she could bring her brother, and we just gonna go back to the Airbnb. The Airbnb. We're gonna enjoy ourselves tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. But I tell her, I was like, listen, tomorrow, I want you to be ready at least about, say, 11, no later than 11, say 12 o'clock noon, because I'm on vacation. I'm down here to see my daughter, and I don't really want to, spend all the day waiting on you to get yourself together when you already knew we was coming down here. So she, okay, cool, whatever. Next day, this was Thursday, we got down there. Next day, Friday. So I tell her, are you ready? I asked her, you ready to come? You squared away, whatever. She's like, yeah, well, I'm still packing this, that, and the other, trying to get the boys squared away. I'm going to call you at about 11:30, 12 o'clock, and we should be ready. So I said, okay, cool. About 12:30, end up going to get her. So end up going to get her. We pack all the stuff in the car or in the truck, you know what I'm saying? And she gets the boys in their car seats, 2 car seats in my truck, 2 kids that don't belong to me in my truck. So I got to get the car seats in there, help her get the car seats in there, a double stroller, their diaper bags, all that stuff, her luggage for her clothes and stuff for the weekend, whatever. So we get all that packed up. We head to the Airbnb. So we get to the Airbnb, and she walks in. It's a nice Airbnb. I mean, I really like that location. It was nice. Had a pool in the back, had the lake behind that outside, and if y'all know about Florida, a lot of their pools, for the most part, are screened in pools. So the back porch area, it has a pool. If it has a pool in it, it's screened in. But then there was a lake behind that. So it was just nice, and it was upstairs and downstairs. It was just beautiful. It was nice. It was just nice, man. You know what I'm saying? kitchen, bath, the bedrooms, the bath, everything was nice. So we get there, and I'm showing her around. The kids are in the back playing in the pool, enjoying each other's time and company with each other. My boys, my sons haven't seen their sister in years since they took her. They're all in the pool. Her oldest son, JC's oldest son, was the same age as my son. He's in the pool because they were there the night before anyway. So I'm showing her around the Airbnb, whatever. Of course, she greets my wife and they chop it up and stuff like that. Everything is good. Everything is straight. Then she gets the Wi-Fi login and stuff like that, of course, because her phone only works when she's connected to Wi-Fi. Because her phone is off and she can only use her phone when she's connected to the Wi-Fi.
Bruh.
Yeah, she can only use that phone when she's connected to the Wi-Fi. So, me and my wife, we say, hey, listen, it's about lunchtime right now. My wife wanted some chicken. She wanted some fried chicken. So JC pointed out an area, a particular location we could go to get some fried chicken. So, me and my wife, we say, okay, well, we're going to go get the chicken. You just stay here with the kids. And we'll be back with the food for everybody. So before we leave, she gets on the phone. And guess who's on the phone? This Barrington Levy body having ass, this old Sean Kingston body having ass, this old Benzino face having ass nigga on the phone, cussing her out, blessing her out. And her, she's on the phone. Oh, are you okay? Calm down, blase, blase. Are you all right? I told you I'm at the Airbnb with such and such, and I'm talking to his wife right now, and this, that, and other. Oh, no, that's Devontae talking. I'm going to tell y'all something. I was a little petty because I knew she was on the phone with him. So I intentionally went over there and asked her a couple times, like, hey, you want something to drink? What you want to drink? You want some soda? You want some water? You want some juice? Or like, what's up? What you need? You good? Okay, cool. I wanted to make my presence known because he already knew I was there anyway. So anyway, he gets more and more belligerent, and I can hear. And mind you, she was there for about 30 minutes, and within that 30 minutes, by the end of that 30 minutes, she ended up getting on the phone with him. He all upset in an uproar, and I don't know what they was talking about, but she's just, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you gonna listen to me? I'm not going to do this, that, and other block. Now, mind you, she's telling me and my wife, hey, I want to stay at the Airbnb, blase, blase, this, that, and the other, so whatever. So me and my wife, we leave to go get the chicken, and then we make one other stop. While we're doing that, she calls my phone, and I told my wife, I said, listen, I'm not even going to answer the phone, but I guarantee you that when we get back, she's going to say that this nigga wants to get his kids and all this stuff, other stuff. All of a sudden, you want to get your kids with your punk ass. Can't stand bitch ass niggas, man. I swear I can't stand bitch ass niggas, especially at 54. That Jamaican shit don't mean nothing to me. You understand me? So I ain't even answer the phone. I told my wife, I said, listen, I guarantee you, when we get back to the Airbnb, she gonna be on some stuff like he want to come get his boys. Sure enough, we got back, and my wife's like, you sure you this, that, and other, you think that's what it is? It's like, watch. Got back to the Airbnb. That's exactly what it was. She trying to play it off, talking to him on the phone. Now, mind you, she was on the phone with him before we left the house. By the time we get back to the house, 20, 30 minutes later, she's still on the phone with him, trying to console him, trying to calm him down. So she says, when we get in the house, yeah, hey, so, such and such said that he wants to come get the boys and this, that, and the other, because he doesn't want them to be over here with us. So I'm going to just take them up there. I told him, that we'll meet him somewhere, or that I'll meet him somewhere so he can get the boys and this, that, and the other. And so I'm looking at her weird, because I already knew this was coming. I'm looking at her like sideways, like, yeah, yeah, like, I already knew that this was going to be the case. So, she's like, well, I'm going to take them upstairs. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, you ain't even got no car. What you mean you going to take them? No, we're going to take them. So she's like, yeah, he asked for the address to come up here to get the boys. But I told him I didn't have the address to where we were. And mind you, we was only about 10 minutes, less than 10, 12 minutes away from where she actually lived with her mom. But she never been to this particular secluded area where we had the Airbnb at. So, and I intentionally didn't even give her the address because my spider senses was tingling. I already knew that there was going to be some bullshit when we got down there and when she got to the Airbnb. So I intentionally didn't even give her the address so she couldn't give it to him. So she says, well, I told him we was going to meet him at the post office on the main road, not far from here or whatever, so he can get the boys. She was like, and I don't care how he feeling and this, that, the other. If he tries something, I'll just fight him. I'll just fight his ass. He ain't gonna do nothing. And blase. I ain't, I'm gonna do this, that, and the other because he ain't gonna mess up my weekend. My wife asked this motherfucker. She asked her. My wife asked her, she was like, yo, you sure? Are you sure that you don't want us to just drop you back off at your mama house? No. I don't want to go back over there. Whatever. I want to enjoy my weekend. Blase. My wife asked her a second time. And I'm sitting right there in front of them, watching them have this conversation. You sure you don't want us to drop you back off at your mama house? No, he ain't going to do nothing. He always in his feelings and he always doing this, that, and the other. Blase. If he act this way, I just do this, that, and the other. All this other stuff. Whoop-de-woo. Okay. So then after hearing them have this conversation, I asked JC myself, I say, listen, I ain't come down here for the bullshit. I'm coming down here to see my daughter. Now, I got you a separate room because, my wife and her had their own rooms. The kids had their own rooms. So I say, listen, you got your room. So, like I said, I showed her around the Airbnb, showed her everything downstairs, showed her the room upstairs, the rooms upstairs, and I showed her room. She had a room to herself. So she like, nah, I'm going to take the kids up here and meet them at the post office. We get them packed back in the car. She only been there an hour. She only been at the Airbnb an hour. We get the kids packed back in the car. We head up to the post office. We pull up to the post office and she's like, oh, that's his car over there. And I see this guy standing outside the car on the phone. I guess he was on the phone with his mama, with his bitch ass. Fucking disgusting. So we pull up and I'm like, when I get a closer look at this guy, I said, yo, that's your man's?
What?
I seen this guy close up and I said, that's your guy? This guy's your baby dad? No. You talking about a 54-year-old pot-belly, patois speaking ass Jamaican nigga. This motherfucker wasn't attractive in he wasn't handsome. Now you listen. Y'all listen, this ain't no question. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, when I seen this guy, compared to how fly I am, compared to how fresh I was looking, compared to how good I was feeling, I said, ain't no way this is your baby dad. There's no way that this guy here is your baby daddy. This is a guy. So anyway, we pull up in the parking spot. And the parking lot is in the school zone in a plaza though. But the school zone is right behind it because as we got there, we was watching kids cross the street with the crossing guards to get home after they got out of school. We get to the plaza, the post office is in a plaza with some other stores or whatever. So there's people walking in and, walking back and forth, cars parking. So we pull up in a parking spot and it's another car beside us, and then it's his car. So then we get out. Mind you, I didn't, I failed to mention this. My son was with me, and her son was with me. Two 16-year-olds. JC's son and my son. They wanted to ride with me because they were aware of the circumstances and the situation. I told them initially they need to just stay home. I'll deal with it myself. They insisted. I let them ride. So we get out the car. We get out the truck. So I tell her son, JC's son, hey, help your mother get the car seats out the car to get them, transported over to his car. I tell my son, get the baby stroller, the double stroller out the trunk and, help her get that, over to him. This motherfucker gets out of he comes out the gate. He walks over towards us, and my son is holding the double stroller. Her son is helping her get the car seat out, but we're all kind of standing right there in a little group trying to get everything situated. So this motherfucker gets out, he comes towards us, and he's like, and my son is holding a double stroller. So he's like, get my son's stroller, whatever. I don't want nobody else holding my son's shit. I don't want nobody else holding my son's shit. Get my son's stroller. So I'm looking at this motherfucker like, okay, see now, instead of you being a fucking man, instead of you being a gentleman and coming to me like, hey, I understand that you're Jasmine's dad. Nice to meet you. I just want to get my boys. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather them be with me. I prefer them being with me than over there with y'all at the Airbnb. I don't mean no harm, whatever. I just want to get my kids, whatever. Oh, he comes out the gate. Get my son's stroller. I don't want nobody else holding my son's shit. Immediately, it was over with from there for me. Because he was already coming out being disrespectful and hostile and aggressive. So I said, all right, cool. I said, son, put that shit on the ground. Leave that shit right there on the floor. Leave that shit right there on the ground. My son dropped that shit. Cool. Now, I want to say this. I told JC before I got down there, prior to, I told her in advance, hey, listen, when I come down there, I already know your boy going to be on some other stuff. But even if this wasn't the case, I'm coming down there fully armed. Because like I told you, I'm a concealed weapons carrier. I got a little arsenal, even outside of things I can't conceal. But either way, I told her, listen, I'm coming down there fully armed. Don't be under no illusion. So cool. He gets the stroller. She's helping him get the car seats and all that other stuff. And the whole time I'm just watching him from a distance talk cash cold shit to her. He wasn't really loud, but you could see in his mouth and you could see it in his face and his frustration. He was going through something. The boy was hurt. The boy them was hurt, man. The boy them was hurt. The boy them damn near had a stroke out there dealing with your boy. So he cussing her out. They finally get the car seats and stuff in the car. They get the bags and stuff, the kids' stuff, their belongings in there. He's still blessing her out. Next thing you know, by the time they get everything in his car, we close the trunk of my truck. We walk to the grass area in the parking lot. Me, my son, and her son are standing there looking at them. So then he's cussing her out. He finally gets his kids in the car. He grabs her up by under the arm, grabs her up, and puts her in the passenger side of the car. And I'm watching this shit like, what the fuck? Did this nigga just really grab her up like this? And she got in the car. She didn't get, yank from him. None of that shit. She got in the car. So we're looking, me, my son, and her son, we're looking like, what the hell is going on? So her son says, man, this is the type of stuff I got to deal with on a regular basis. So then, at that point, I'm on red. Because in my mind, I'm like, she came to my Airbnb, so she's almost my responsibility. And for me to see you grab her up like that kind of put me in a weird situation because I'm like, should I respond and react to this shit, or should I just let it slide and just watch what happens? So I let it slide. Watch what happened. He puts her in the car. He getting in there talking trash. Then he pulls her back out the car. He gets out, pulls her back out the car, and they go into the another side of the grass area, about 4 feet away from where we are. He grabbing her by her waist and talking to her right in her face. Talking to her, blase, all softly, all up in her face. And she just sitting there, just kind of, just uncomfortably smiling it away and just talking, they talking amongst each other. So I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, interesting. She ain't pushing away, pulling away. She ain't run towards the truck where I was. Anything. And mind you, I got my 40 caliber on me and I got the 9mm. Real talk. I ain't trying to say I'm a tough guy, gangster, none of that. But at the same time, I'm a man and I stand on what I stand on. Period. I put that on Israel. So anyway, I'm looking at them, watching them interact, whatever the case may be. He has the nerve to, as he's talking to her, he'll talk to her, having her by the waist, talking to her in her face, trying to, explain to her why she shouldn't be at the Airbnb with us and all this other stuff. So this man says to me, or he says to her, this is the same man that when you were in the hospital, I was there. And this is the same man that said that C, her husband, who she's still legally married to, by the way, even though he's behind the walls for 30 years, behind her and this same guy. This same man said that he wished that C would have finished the job. And I said, motherfucker, don't you speak on me, nigga. Fuck is wrong with you? I ain't never say no shit like that. In fact, I called the damn hospital every other day to check on her, to see how her, the progress, to see how everything was going. Because she was in a coma for a little bit. Because, like I said, a bullet that went through her head, and then a couple hit her in her hand, and then whatever. But, whatever. So, it's like, nigga, don't fucking lie on me, man. Don't speak on me. You don't even fucking know me. This man was like, he put her back in the car after, talking all this shit. I can't stand niggas who talk shit, that, and the other, blah. I was like, man, fuck you. You the one talking all this shit. You the one acting all hostile and belligerent and shit and disrespectful. Fuck is you talking about? Who you think the fuck you playing with? So he puts her back in the car. She gets back in the car. This man says to me, go on back to your Airbnb with your wife and your kids, and you leave my woman and my kids alone. You leave my woman and my kids alone. I said, man, fuck you and your kids. Fuck you talking about? You acting like I say you mad with the wrong motherfucker. She a grown woman. You act like I put a gun to her head and made her come to the fucking Airbnb. She a grown woman. She said she wanted to be there. Fuck you. Keep your mouth shut. This motherfucker says to me, do you know where you are? Do you know where you are? Do you know where you are? I say, yeah, motherfucker, I know where I'm at. I'm in Florida, nigga. A stand your ground state. And if you keep on with this bullshit, I'm going to lay hands on your stupid ass. And I meant that shit. Now, I don't want to bust up a goddamn 54-year-old senior citizen, but that day I was feeling like it. So then he proceeds. So, I tell my son and her son, I say, you know what, man, I ain't got time for this shit. I said, man, I'm on vacation, man. Fuck you. You got your lady, you got your kids, get your ass the fuck on. Shut the fuck up and get your ass the fuck on. Get in your car and scat. So he proceeds to go to his trunk. So my son and her son gets in the car. He goes to his trunk. I'm going to get into my truck. He goes to his trunk, pops it, acting like he got something in there. So he pops it and then he makes a gesture like. So I'm like, so I look and I say, and I got the 40 in the holster right here. And I say, I get out, I pop out the driver's side. I'm like, dog, what you doing? What you saying? This type of time we on? He keep talking shit and rambling. I can't stand niggas who talk shit and this. I say, man, you doing most of the fucking talking. Shut the fuck up, man. Get in your car and peel out, bro. Like I'm like, dog, you think you the only one that got some shit? You think you the only one? And really, by the time he would have, whatever he thought he had in the trunk, and I'm gonna get to that later. Whatever he thought he had in the trunk, by the time he would have got to it, I'd have been and sparked him up. By the time he reached down. Stupid. But then he closes the trunk. I get back in the car. I'm about to drive off. I see him talking more shit as I'm pulling off, trying to just go back to the Airbnb. So he talking more shit, acting like he about to grab something else. So I pull back into the parking lot, the parking spot. He then proceeds to go to the driver's side of his car. He pulls something out, reaches down and pulls something out. Mind you, JC is sitting in the passenger side, ain't getting out the car, nothing. Ain't running towards my truck for me to protect her, nothing. She's sitting there. So he grabs something out the driver's side. Then he gets up and he gets out the car and he stands behind the car with one arm behind his back like this on some old school shit, on some 60s shit, because he is about 54, so I don't know what the fuck. But he gets out the car with his hand behind his back. Come make me shut up then. Come make me shut up, man. Come make me shut up. I got parked back in the parking lane or the parking spot. I said, bro, I don't know what the fuck you got behind your back. Lifted my shirt up because my holster was right here. Lifted my shirt up. I said, bro, whatever you got behind your back, bro, you better put that shit down because I'm about to spark you up. I'm about to spark you up. I didn't come down to Florida for this. I'm on vacation. I'm down here to see my daughter, but I'm about to spark your ass up because you was already disrespectful. You're rude as hell. So whatever you want to do. So he ended up running his mouth, and he gets his punk ass, potbelly ass back in his car. He ends up driving off sporadically. And I'm right behind him pretty much because we ain't nothing but a parking spot, from each other, besides the car that was in the middle. He's speeding off with her and the babies in the car, and we could see him in the car just blasting her ass. See, in his mind, he was like, me hurt, man, me hurt. Me can't believe you're going to the Airbnb with him. You're going to the Airbnb with Monte Carlo. Me can't believe it. My heart hurts. You really think I was going to let you get his pee-pee in your poom-poom?
What?
You really think I was going to let him put his pee-pee in your poom-poom? You're supposed to be my woman. You're supposed to be with me. Me can't believe it, man. Me about to go to the hospital. Me got high blood pressure. My heart hurts. My legs ache, man. There's no amount of jerk chicken in the world, no amount of jerk curry goats that can help me with this situation, man. You hurt me. You got to come with me, man. Don't go with him. I can't believe you do this to me. JC, why you do this to me, man? Me love you. You really gonna give my poom poom away? It's funny, but it ain't funny because this is the thing. My wife asked her twice, are you sure we don't need to take you back to your mama house? She denied it. No. I want to stay here at the Airbnb. I want my little mini vacation. I asked her, do we need to take you back to your mama house? No. He ain't going to do nothing. He ain't going to do nothing. Blase. All this other this. I'm going to just drop the kids off at the post office with him, and I'm going to come back here, and we're going to enjoy our weekend. Just for me to get there and for this nigga to be acting the way he fucking acts. You put me in a fucked up position. You put my kids in harm's way. You put your son in harm's way. Because he acting like he had something. He had his hand behind it. And I don't know what nigga would do some shit like this. You got your hand behind your back, bro. By the time you would have By the time you would have reached around, it would have been over with. It'd have been a done deal. Over with for you. I was about to spark that man up. But you know what? The Most High allowed me to have patience. He allowed me to see a little bit further. Because the main objective was for me to go down there and see my daughter, spend time with her. You went out of your way to put me and your son and my son in a hostile environment because of this old crazy ass Jamaican that you done had 2 babies with. Needless to say, I was pissed off with her at the utmost. Because I told you this was going to happen before we even got down there. I told you this was going to happen. And we get down there, and that's exactly what happened. And then you put me in a position where I had to be almost to the point where I had to almost catch a body. Or put him in the hospital. In bad shape. In bad shape. I wasn't playing with him. Wasn't playing with him at all. I ain't come down there for all that. My partner was laughing when I told him about the story. He was like, man, you know what they say about Florida? You go down there on vacation and leave on probation.
What?
Oh, man. Shout out to my man, B. Will. Shout out to my man's B. Will. But, you know, so anyway, I'm hot. I'm hot because this man done threatened me. He acted like he had a weapon behind his back. First, he popped the trunk, acting like he got something in the trunk. Then he acted like he wanted to go to the driver's side and reach for something and then put it behind his back. Like, nigga, what is this? Like, what are you doing? Really? Just me being in Florida and him doing that and popping the trunk and then going to get something and then acting like he got his hand behind his back, looking at me, wanting me to do something. I could have sparked his ass up right there. Stand your ground, nigga. Stand your ground, nigga. Yeah. But he got his potbelly ass in the car, speaking that patois shit, rude boy. And he peeled off. And she left with him. This was on a Friday. She stayed with him that whole weekend. I think she tried to call me later that day, or maybe an hour or two after they left. I didn't even answer the phone. I didn't even answer my WhatsApp. It's nothing for us to talk about. Because all this shit you was talking about, y'all not together. Before I got down there, you want to be a part of my family. You want to do this, that, and other. I seen the exact opposite when I got there. You let this man grab you up, put you in the damn car, then you leave with the nigga, then you spend the whole weekend with the nigga while your daughter or our daughter and your son is at the Airbnb with me and my family. All right, whatever. This is the shit. And see, this is the thing. This JC, the Most High spared her life. She gets well. She gets healed. Then she gets better. And then she does the same thing she's doing that put her in the position she was in the first place. And I remember in the scriptures where the Messiah, Yeshua, the one who sits at the right hand of the one who's above all, the Elohim of Israel. I remember the Messiah telling the guy that he had healed. He had healed him, and then, long story short, he had seen him in the marketplace or in the town square somewhere after the fact that he had healed him. And the man, after he had been healed, was doing some of the similar things that he was doing prior to him having the ailment or the handicap or the sickness that he had. I can't remember exactly what his issue was, but the Messiah healed him of it. So the Messiah seen him later on and was like, stop sinning or something worse will happen to you than the first time. When he seen the guy again, because apparently he seen the guy, he got healed, he was back to his bullshit. And the Messiah told him, listen, stop sinning or something worse is going to happen to you. And here she goes. She gets healed. She gets her life spared. And now she's doing the same thing she was doing that got her shot in the first place. She almost lost her life. So let me wrap this up. I take me, my son, and her son back to the Airbnb, and all praise due to the Most High. We still had a great weekend. We had an amazing weekend. Had fun. We went to, some places, you know what I'm saying, that was close to, Walt Disney or whatever. We went out to eat. Of course, we had meals and stuff that we prepared and cooked at the Airbnb because it was just a nice place. Room for everybody. We enjoyed ourselves. But this is what I want to say, man, in conclusion to all of this. Fellas, I'm not sure how many of y'all have gone through this or, have dealt with similar situations, if not worse. But I wanted to document this, just as a form of therapy for myself, to be transparent about a portion of my life, because a lot of things in my life I'm not necessarily going to share with y'all, but I felt like this particular thing is a story to be told, and I really hope that it helps other fellas, other men out here in this world to understand and to know that there are guys and men that are going through similar things, if not worse things, concerning these type of situations. And I hope that the Most High allows us all to find a way to heal from it. As far as my relationship with my daughter right now, to be honest with you, I'm on the fence with it. I almost want to put up another wall because although she looks like, me, she looks more like me, so to speak, but just really pretty, just really pretty. But she acts just like her mother and her grandmother and her aunties because she's been raised and groomed by them. And she just has this way about her, especially now that she's a teen, she just has these ways that just displease me. Recently I was talking to her about, she wants me to come back down there during the summer. And I'm like, listen, baby, why not just come to South Carolina, for a month and some change instead of me having to drive all the way back down there again, pay money for gas and do all this, that, and other, get food prepared again, bring groceries down there, get an Airbnb, and I can only see you for like 3 days. Compared to you coming up here, I meet your grandmother halfway, maybe somewhere in Georgia. You come up here for a month or some change, and this, that, and that. Well, I don't want to talk about this no more. I just feel like you're trying to argue, and I don't want to talk about this no more. Mind you, this is a 13-year-old talking to me. I had to check her like, hold up. Hey, listen, girl, listen, I'm not your friend. I'm your Abba. And first of all, I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you what's more feasible for me and what makes more sense, and you need to listen. Well, I just don't want to talk about it no more. I say, baby girl, I just wanted to call you and check on you today and make sure you was having a good day and let you know I love you. I'm thinking about you and I'm praying for you. And I got off the phone. I was like, listen, I'll just talk to you later because you acting real light-skinned today. So then she tells my son later on, because it was about the last week or so, she hadn't called me or nothing. So, and this happened about a week and a half ago when I spoke to her. But anyway, she ain't called me all week. So my son texted like, hey, what's up with you? What's up with you, sis? Like, what's going on? Oh, I'm okay. How's your day going? It's going good. Well, did you talk to Abba? Did you call him? No, last time I talked to him, I felt like he wanted to argue and stuff like that. And I just didn't have the time for it and blase, blase. And my son was like, well, that he bought you that phone. She asked me to buy her a phone. She asked me to buy her some shoes. And, whenever she wants, like I said in the other episodes, whenever she wants to eat something that they ain't cook at the house, she want me to cash app some money so that she can order something. And I do all of that. Abba bought you the phone so that y'all can keep in contact with each other, right? Oh, well, I just didn't want to argue with him and this, that, and other, blase, blah. I was like, man, whatever, man. Okay, cool. That's the type of time you on? Cool. She was like, I just don't feel comfortable with coming up there if my mom and my grandparents don't come up there with me.
What?
I just don't feel, comfortable coming up there if my mom and my grandparents can't come up there with me. Why the fuck would I let them come up there with you? Why the hell would I have them come up to South Carolina for a month and some change? Because you up here? And what the hell don't you feel comfortable with being up here with your Abba? Don't you know the whole time I was trying to protect you? The state of Florida called me to come and get you when everything happened to your mom, JC. I didn't kidnap you. They called me, the investigators called me to come and get you. They gave me an option of whether I wanted to have you stay with your grandparents or come up here with me. I chose to have you come up here with me. But now you want to say, present day, you don't feel comfortable being up here if your mama and them and your grandparents or your grandparents ain't here. Okay, cool. Listen, fellas, I'm praying for all of y'all, even though I might not know all of your names. I look forward to hearing about your experiences with these type of situations. I hate that I had to go through these things. I'm even dealing with this till this day. I laugh to stop from crying in these episodes, really, because this thing is painful to my heart. It hurts me. And there's nothing I can really do about it. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm not gonna fight for anything anymore. I'm not fighting no 13, 14, 15-year-old war. I'm not going back and forth. I'm not doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't cut the mama off. I didn't cut JC off. Her and I have we have nothing left to talk about because everything you told me before I came down there, I seen the complete opposite. And then you're going to tell me after the fact, when I did finally talk to her, maybe about 3 or 4 days after that, after we had made it back to South Carolina, she going to tell me, well, I ain't no liar and this, that, and the other. Oh yeah, I don't want to hear that shit, bitch. You are a fucking liar. You are a fucking liar. No, I don't. All this delusional bullshit. I say, you know what? No, we're done. We're done. Apparently, you and him are together. That's your man. You stay over there. Only thing we talking about is me. You and I. You and my daughter. That's all we talking about. None of that extra stuff. All this other fabricated bullshit you used to tell me. You want to change your life. You want to do this, that, and the other different. You want to move up here. You want to, man, get the fuck out of here, man. Nobody want to hear that bullshit. You almost, and I say, you know what? You lucky your ass ain't had to plan an obituary for your boy. He almost got his ass sparked up. But fellas, please stay in prayer. Try to keep the Most High ahead of you, in front of you, and above you. I definitely want to hear from the guys that have been through similar situations, if not worse. Remember to like the video, share this video, leave your comments, and I'm hoping that my story of surviving a toxic baby mama resonates with enough of you, and it helps you to understand that there's other people going through it, and we all just need to find a way to mesh together to try to encourage each other. Iron sharpens iron. So we got to find a way to encourage each other through these tumultuous situations. Thank y'all for tuning into another episode of the Monte Carlo Show. I'm your host, Monte Carlo.
Another one.
And I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about this. I mean, I swear I could write a book about this stuff, man. I could write a book about it. But you know what? I'm here. I got 2 healthy boys and a wife that loves me. And what the Most High has for me, He'll give to me. But I'm pleased with what I have right now. I'm grateful for it. All praise due to the Most High. Just remember, guys, when you see me, say shalom. I'll catch y'all on the next one.
Like to welcome y'all to the Monte Carlo Show. Hey, another one. Up Entertainment. Oh my God! I'm about to take you on a wild ride. It's the Monte Carlo Show. We got a lot to discuss. We in the manosphere and every topic is up. The hello with shalom. The plan in effect is to level up your home. Be the best version of yourself and measure up your own. We all got dreams. Set a schedule for your role when you're setting up your goals. We hard working. This the channel for the truth. This beyond purpose. Getting paper cutting green like a lawn service. This a black man channel. I know y'all nervous, but we at y'all service. Anything you want to talk about, let's talk about it. The Monte Carlo Show, the truth, we all about it. Perspectives, show some push objectives, and we ain't gonna stop till our message is effective. These days, hating is selective, but the Monte Carlo Show will always be respected. It's the Monte Carlo Show. Come take this ride with us. It's the Monte Carlo Show. If you got drive, you up. It's the Monte Carlo Show. We getting the streets right, on the road to riches, and every light's a green light. It's the Monte Carlo Show. It's the Monte Carlo. It's the Monte Carlo Show. It's the Monte Carlo. It's the Monte Carlo Show. It's the Monte Carlo. It's the Monte Carlo Show. It's the Monte Carlo Show.
I'll see y'all on the next one, man. Most High bless y'all. Most High be with y'all. Monte Carlo, I'm out.